Hi everyone, my name is Siobhan Davids and today I am reviewing the 2024 Adidas Metalbone, the soft performance foam, the racket of choice for myself going into next season, and of course the racket of choice for world champion Alejandro Galán. Now, what is the Metalbone made for? This is a flagship for a reason, and it's not just because Galán plays with it, it's because the Metalbone rackets have always been associated with that powerful, aggressive play style. So, what has Adidas done in the 2024 edition? From the first shot, you can immediately sense that there's this distinct mass behind every ball. Whether you keep all the weights in or take them out, you always feel like there's this thick foam ready to give you all the power you need when you want it. That softer foam really gives you that bounce that you want when you want to hit the ball harder. But because of the shape, because of the surface, and because of what Adidas did with the weighting system, you really always feel in control of all the power that this racket can offer. The power really is easy to access, definitely don't have to have perfect technique, and I can't wait to see how this racket is going to be as we go to the net. Okay, in terms of aesthetics, what stood out to me the most compared to my previous Metalbone is that this one looks so much more serious. It really looks like the elite top tier racket that it should be. Definitely if you consider the fact that it's in the hands of Alejandro Galán. The darker reds, the carbon fiber weave zigzag pattern that you see when you hold it up at an angle really stands out as a serious dark looking racket, completely different design language from Adidas, which I really appreciate. And my favorite touch that Adidas added is they changed the spin blade hole weave pattern. It looks so nice, almost like something that you'd see in a carpet or a curtain. Absolutely love it, and this is definitely one of my favorite looking rackets of 2024. Now, although this is definitely a little bit bouncier than last year's model and it gives you easier access to more power, I do think that the volleys are very, very good, specifically because of the weighting system, the shape, and the way this racket can be maneuvered in your hand doesn't really feel like this bulky, thick piece of foam that so many other power rackets can feel like, especially when it comes to the volleys. Those intricate, shorter volleys, when you make contact lower than the height of the net, I don't feel like I lose that little bit of touch, that little bit of control that you want from your racket at the net. Now with overheads, as you can imagine, this racket absolutely shines. The top sweet spot is much bigger than before. As I said before, the bounce that you get from this foam is much more powerful, and it gives you this powerful bounce feedback off your overheads. When I smash, when I hit a flat smash or a kick smash or a vibra, you do feel like the ball is just being absorbed and shooting out of the foam as soon as it's in that pocket. And I don't think anyone is going to struggle to find the sweet spot. This racket is quite broad on top. You won't struggle to find the sweet spot, but I do think you need a slightly good technique at minimum. Definitely high, intermediate, advanced players is definitely recommended for this racket to get the most out of the overheads. Yeah, I think this is exactly what I expected from the Metalbone, and I was wondering what Adidas would do, and I do think I'm going to enjoy this going into next season. For a solid comparison to last year's version, I purposefully took out the same weights that I took out on last year's Metalbone, which is the two red ones in the middle. And after comparing the two, I can definitely say that this foam is a little bit bouncier. The access to power is much easier. I think anyone that's looking for a top sweet spot racket that wants softer foam and an overall powerful racket, definitely take this one. For beginners that want a slightly lighter racket, you can definitely take all the weights out. I like the customization ability that this racket offers. Now, the reason I am choosing this going into the season, this is going to be combined with the Metalbone HRD, which you can find the review up here. And the reason is I trust this foam more than any of the other rackets from this range. I definitely do want a higher sweet spot racket. I want that leverage, but this foam feels like the most reasonable. I know when I'm going to get the power, I know where I'm going to get the control. The sweet spot's very easy to find, especially on the overheads. I'm very excited to play with this racket next season, and I think anyone looking for a powerful racket with soft foam is definitely not going to go wrong with the new Metalbone.